All right, so we're talking about construction in this lesson. Construction is under the agriculture pathway, and there's a lot of jobs associated with this construction, a lot of different types. You've probably done some form of construction at some point in your life, whether that be fixing fence, repairing an engine, um, building something, repairing a barn. All of that is under construction. And ranchers and agriculturalists, everyone in agriculture needs to know some sort of basic construction skills. So it says, what are some tasks ranch hands need to have? Yeah, it's a lot more than handling animals. They need to repair fences, fix barns, other buildings, groundskeeping, vehicle maintenance, you know, property maintenance, manage and care for animals. So it's a very well rounded career. Some workers are going to specialize in these skills. So that'd be like structural skills like planning and drawing, architects, land and surveying, building with wood, carpenters, roofers, concrete, masonry. You can definitely specialize. Structural projects are often large and costly. Individuals specializing in this task will need to produce proposals. They have to bid on the jobs. Careful billing is necessary to ensure adequate payment and to be fair to the client. So that involves a lot of math and thought and thinking there. Construction, from barns to fences to the buildings used for food processing. Construction is a huge area of agriculture. Wood is really common to use for older barns, home construction. Some fences are used using wood. Wood is also one of the more straightforward building materials. If you've helped out with some home remodeling, you've had a chance to try woodworking. It's relatively easy to work with and cut and straightforward and put together. It's not commonly used industrial because it is a high fire risk, but it's pretty common in ag settings because it is usually cheaper than metal. That may not be the case now, but it has been. So look, there's a big, huge oil rig out in the ocean. You see all that metal work that has been done out in the middle of the ocean. So it takes a lot of welding, and underwater welding is a thing. And you get paid a lot underwater welding, and you can go do that. However, it is a huge life risk. Working with metal. So metal work is popular in agriculture as well. You see metal everywhere, like on dairy farms, the parlors where they're milking, barns, tractors, all of that. Welding, although metal can be screwed together, in most cases it's welded. So welding joins the metal using liquid metal to connect the two pieces. So when completed, the weld is quite strong. Welds are used in manufacturing and cars and tractors and even in airplanes and space shuttles. So it turns two separate pieces, kind of glues them together. It's not a basic skill. They're trained professionals. You can go to trade school to learn how to be a welder. You can work under an apprentice. And there's lots of different ways that you can do welding, lots of different types. And so the reason they wear those masks is because actually, if you stare at someone welding without wearing one of these masks or shields, you could actually go blind. That light is so bright. So there's lots of different types. There's stick welding, which is you use it looks like a stick. It's called shielded metal arc welding. So you use a welding rod to carry the electric current and use that, and you kind of do like a circle motion. There's several different motions you can do back and forth, and you're going to weld those metals together. TIG, which is gas tungsten arc, uses non-consumable tungsten electrode to beat the base metal. So these are wire welding, TIG and MIG. So they've kind of got it looks like a little gun, and you press the lever and wire comes out. And these are going to be more commonly used, like in the industry. So MIG welding, the welder pulls a trigger on the welding gun, feeding the consumable electrode through, and the arc forms. Welding is used in a variety of settings, a commonplace in construction. It's a really good job, good career. You probably know someone that's a welder. Someone can weld and build oil rigs, they can build fence, or they can do artwork. There's a lot of different types of welding that can be done.